Alrighty then, it's time for a Jungle Fiddlesticks game. Let's get the show on the road. Which one? And but you can tell this is not gonna be a very long video. But I just recently got over an illness, but it's seasonal. I'm an asthmatic, surprise, surprise, and allergies. I'm also fighting a Shaco in this game, and you guys know how much I hate Shaco. It makes me want to do a video like the champions I hate the most in this game, and most of you will know by now that Shaco's going to be on that list. Now, Fiddlesticks also has been announced to be one of the 5 champions, I think it was 5, that Riot's making us vote on. Who do you want to see a complete total gameplay rework? And I'm a little bit sad, but I understand. Also, I bought a red ward and placed it early because I know Shaco wants to come and shank me. That's why I was playing super defensive by hiding in that other bush just in case he tried to jump me. And, he's super slow. Surprisingly, extremely slow. So I go in, harass him, just, force him away. It's not that big of a deal, and it's not really going to hurt him that much, but it didn't really cost me very much just to hurt him, and I'm trying to damage his morale. Also, the Azir shouldn't have done that because he had revealed that he has a ward there and just sort of allowed me to, just continue on clearing. He and the Shaco, considering the Shaco had Ignite, could have probably killed me if they decided to jump me. And so far, as a result of that, there's nothing really coming up for them. I go down bottom, gank bottom lane, and just do some damage. Basically, nothing much happening early on. But yeah, Fiddlesticks is going to be reworked, or is being planned to be reworked. And even if he doesn't get voted on, they're probably going to do it anyways at some point. But of course, it's just because he's one of the few champions in the game still that have a point-and-click stun on demand. And it is incredibly fast. It is the fastest crowd control in the game, on par with Lulu. I think his edges are out, I think, because of a little bit of range. I'm not too certain about that. But yeah, pretty much, just instantly click something and screw them over. And then Dark Wind is RNG nonsense, which, of course, is absolute cancer to the game. So on those 2 merits alone, they're going to have to change them. But then you add the Drain too, which in certain matchups and in certain situations is pretty much just, impossible to deal with. Like, the enemy champion needs to have an extreme amount of damage or some kind of on-demand crowd control of their own. That's not that easy to screw up. To stop a Fiddlesticks draining them if the Fiddlesticks has any sort of AP. So yeah, but either way, on to the actual game. As you can see, it's pretty much going in my favor. The enemy Shaco hasn't done pretty much anything, and here is kind of a very forced gank because I had an idea that maybe she did have a ward, but I wasn't too certain because her movements were a little bit, they didn't change too much, which is again a point that you should take. Don't make your movements obvious, or don't change your movements too dramatically, or else you'll give away information that you don't want to give away. Here, too, the Shaco tries to kill my Veigar, and he hilariously dies to the tower. Good riddance. Anyone who plays Shaco should feel ashamed of themselves. But anyways, Crab dies. I go invade. I find myself a little Sona. I take the little chickens. I'm going to ward over to the red buff because I know Shaco's going to want to do that. It's just like his drug. Shaco always wants red buff. So I ward it, and I just, go loop around. And he's taking quite a while to get there. And then he clears it, or he's starting to clear it, and he doesn't make any weird movements, so I know it's not warded. So I immediately jump him, and, it's just a lot of damage. He Shaco, Zed gets the kill, but I get the red buff, but it's all good. So essentially, the Shaco's been removed from the game, and that effectively makes it so the enemy team is done for. My jungle presence is absolutely incredible against theirs, and this next little scene here I do want to point out. I attack the Shaco, Dark Wind bounces off the Froggo and hurts him. I do not go back because I know that Ilaoi and maybe Azir are going to be helping him, so I just kind of hang out in the back. And also, I slow it down so you can see this. In the stream, it made more sense, but here, I ward over the wall, and I know he's still there. So I just ult in and to the very corner that I could, and I catch him and I destroy him. So I pointed out in the stream better, but essentially when I put the ward over, the blue buff wasn't there. But in the mini-map, the symbol for blue buff was still there. So that meant that he hadn't killed it yet. He would dragged it away from me. He dragged it away from the potential vision I would give myself from the ward because he knew, or he had figured that I wanted it. This is one of those things you can do to avoid, when you're invading somebody And it's like, oh, where's the buff? Or when you're about to be invaded, you can try to at least trick them or something like that. Essentially, the mini map gives you more information than a lot of people realize, and that allowed me to kill the Shaco again, get the blue buff, and all that other good stuff. So yeah, the Shaco it's just been stomped into the ground. Him being slow, him being making some weird decisions, and me just kind of absolutely dominating. And without a jungle presence from Shaco, the enemy team is just absolutely decimated. Triple kill top lane, but 2 kills bottom, and a very delayed ace. It's just pretty much grim. Take the enemy red buff, then we go for the blue dragon. Then I see the Jinx come by, flash fear her, and, the dark wind bounces. The Zed's already super huge, he even has a guardian angel, and they focus him, and obviously he doesn't die because he's the guardian angel. And then the rest of them just sort of, they burned a lot just trying to get that off him, and then they just lose. I know, pretty short game. But it was mostly just to sort of announce that, hey, I'm back. I'm no longer sick, and I'll be making a lot of different videos too. I'll also be making a video about those 5 champions as to why they're probably going to get reworked and which one I voted for. So, hey. With that in mind, who did you vote for? There was Dr. Mundo, Shyvana, Volibear, Nocturne, and Fiddlesticks. Those are all the ones getting they're voting for the major rework. So tell me who you voted for in the comments below, because I'm actually very interested. And I am actually excited to make a video talking about all of them. But for those who've been watching me for a long time and are astute enough, you would know which champion I voted for already and which one I hated the most.